We are live. Go ahead, Valerie. Play that. That's great. Yep. Play all through the whole video, please. Yes, please. We're here. This is my first video on YouTube. Today I'm introducing Ameru Muru, or Ameru Muru, or John Orion. Many names. He goes by many names.
Rattle off my names real quick.
Huh?
Should I rattle off my names?
Go ahead and rattle off your names because I don't know all of them.
All right. So Jonathan R. George, birth name, slave name. In the Mayan calendar, my name is Forkini. Johnny Firewalk. Johnny Ameru Ryan is one of my Facebook accounts. Johnny, no, not Johnny. Ameru Muru is a Facebook account name. And John Orion. Yeah.
And then so your name goes into Don Ryan, who worked with. Go ahead and explain.
George H.W. Bush. Yeah, met George H.W. Bush when I was like 4 or 5. Either in Exeter or in Maine. He had a boat next to my grandfather's boat in Maine. They were best friends. My grandmother was best friend Barbara Bush. I saw her phone book, her little phone book, you know.
Right.
People used to have those, and the phone number for the White House was like 20 digits, and then you had to push a number and dial like 8 more digits to get Barbara.
Oh wow!
So they were very, very good friends with the Bushes.
Right. And then your other grandfather was Trump, John George Trump. How's that work out?
That works out very confusingly. I cannot find much information about my family. My medical records are sealed.
Right. Being that
Trump's from New York. My family came to New York after someone was like pushed down a flight of stairs or some shit. And my aunt died, who might be my actual mother. She died.
Yes. Which probably is your real the mother that you grew up with is not your real mother, and that was indicated through a mini reading I had with a friend of mine that we were just randomly talking about you. And he says, unless that's not his real mother, it may not be.
I met Isis this summer. She's my real mother, sister, wife, daughter.
Wow, I'm getting chills.
And we
we
spent a week together in the woods. Actually, her and you are the 2 reasons that I ended up homeless coming out here.
Yeah.
But I became homeless. I prepared to spend a week with her in the woods, and that led to other drama. But anyway, it's good. I mean, I'm not complaining. This isn't a blame thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah. No. Yeah, we're just kind of like laying some groundwork for some discussion, and then we're gonna let's do a little bit more groundwork with well, if your grandfather, there was a mystery of the lineage that way because it was probably suppressed. All that work that he did was manipulated, and it was taken over by the military. And
said Dr. John George, MD. A lot of those pen lights they used to get out.
Yeah, so being, like we're getting down to the election right now, the 2020 election, and we know all the stuff that Trump has said in his rallies and on his discussions in front of all the media and stuff, the fake news he calls it, the calm before the storm and all this stuff has some. I think some of the space travel stuff in it entails like time traveling, the wormholes and the stuff, and the Project Pegasus and things like that. Project Pegasus was in the late '60s with Andy Basiago, and he ran for president in 2016, and he was the kid of one of the fathers. His father was the working on the project, which was Stargate technology. Okay, so they had the two.
I love Stargate technology.
Yeah, and so they were using what they call, well, there's my chills, what they call a chronovision and a time continuum. And the chronovision was just what it is, like corona, like it's a crown.
CHRON.
I think it's corona, like Corona, like CHRO.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it is Corona. I think look, go ahead. I'm not sure exactly, but chronovision. The vision would mean you're going through this wormhole, and you turn right or left, and you see events. So those are the strands on the timelines, and timelines are all going together like a rope. You can be on one timeline and turn right or left and see the events on the other timelines. That you can jump into the other ones and go, "Hey, this
There's
is
possibilities. You can see possibilities.
This
And
is
if you're in power, you can have very strong probabilities by working with a group of conspirators and saying this person's going to be president
right."
because we decided.
And that's
15
exactly
years
what
ago.
they did in Project Pegasus. So they had now it's indicated in his writings, his work that Obama and both Bushes were together at a table boasting about how they were going to be president. You know, little young Bush was young, and so was young Obama. So that's kind of what I'm getting at is I was taken when I was a kid, and I have the missing time and all this stuff that I was talking about, and then the traveling and training with the dog as a co-pilot. And it was
And for
like,
anyone who that sounds strange to, that he had an experience with his dog being the co-pilot. I just want to say, someone in my family who's very fucking well trusted to me, I would take their word on anything. The same day that he mentioned the dog, had told me that she had been flying a ship the night before with the cat as a co-pilot. And I've had some interesting experiences with my cat. So if it sounds strange, it's not. I don't think.
There's synchronicities that happen in this whole relationship of ours. You know, him being who he is, he friended me, so that's like I'm usually the guy friending my friends, but this guy friended me, and I was watching, listening to him, and I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? And so I let him in my ears, and then I realized who he was, and I said, hey, I'm who I am. I'm not going to say this on this video, but and I'm it's no reason, it's no one. Wow, my chills all over my body. They're saying, yeah, you guys were put together, and I'm live on top of this hill. That gives you a little indication.
This is Mount Olympus. It's becoming Olympus. We're making Olympus.
Yeah, so
slowly and painfully.
Right. So he on the way out, this one of the synchronicities on the way out here was that I said, when you get out here, shit's gonna start hitting the fan. Like the planets are gonna get close. This kind of thing's gonna happen. And they did. The fires started that night.
Nibiru's on its way to you.
Nibiru's on his way to you. And that night, Uri's moon flew over and lit up California.
I say it was Nibiru, but I don't know.
Well, it wasn't. Nibiru is out there.
I don't know.
It's too big to be close by. It's way too big.
Cooks very well.
It's about 6 times bigger than Earth, okay? And we're going to be going on.
She wants.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a ship, and it is and I have pictures of it. I got there's air conditioning all around the outside of it, and there's all kinds of apparatus like that that's keeping this thing as a ship. And also it has organic, lakes and oceans and land. It looks like we could probably jump up there and have a great time all day long. And then Earth is down here, going to be down here in this light form. We're going to be just jumping up there off Earth.
If invited.
We will.
Otherwise,
we're invited. If you made it past the.
You know what happened before? The Tower of Babel. These tubes came down to Earth, and people were allowed up. And then at some point,
and that's what Saddam Hussein was trying to do.
And then they tried building that because they were mad they got left behind.
And that's why we were in Iraq. It was because Saddam Hussein kept building the Tower of Babel up again, and we kept knocking it down because we knew we wanted.
It's not time to build.
We wanted that place. That's why it was not the oil. We wanted Baghdad because it was the promised land. And it was where we were going to be contacted again.
Baghdad's a desert. It was the origin. It was one of the origin lands, but it's not a promised land.
No,
it was
special. But it was platforms. Okay, to land.
There's also in South America, Teotihuacan and Egypt.
I don't know if it was platforms.
All over the world. There are platforms.
Yeah.
The pyramids in Teotihuacan, Temple of Inscriptions, the Temple of the Sun.
Yeah.
These have flat tops. They're not like the pyramids.
See, mesas, the mesas. There's a lot of them out in the desert.
and Egypt. These are flat tops. They're all flat tops for ships in South America.
Wow, and big ones.
Yeah, so it's not. See, this is where supremacy and racism comes from. Is people forget that these visitors have been to, and America's next. I mean, America is the next Holy Land. It's going to be a place that's going to be partially destroyed, and it's going to be sacred in the future, just like Israel was.
Wow.
And we're not going to have it get fucked up like they fucked up.
And there's a when that eclipse went over in 2017, it went from Oregon to Florida, and there's supposed to be another one in
When was that?
That was, what was it?
When?
When?
What was the date?
2017.
Date.
August?
We had the Revelations on.
August. It was around
September
August.
23rd, 2017.
Oh, that was 2018. That was September 23rd. Yeah.
No, it was 2017.
Was it 2017?
Yeah, she was at my house 4 days later.
All right.
I wouldn't.
That was where the where Jupiter and Mars, I believe, go into the womb for 40 days, 40 weeks, just like Justino period. Huh?
It's not that.
It's not that. Okay, yeah. That's
it's temporary.
It's 2018.
2017.
All right. Well, this one, okay. So
the Revelations 12 alignment is not the same as the planets, the cross of
the because that
I don't know
cross,
about that.
Just so everybody knows that the other eclipse is coming in 2026 is going to make a shadow that goes from Baja to Maine, and it's going to cross right on Cairo, Mississippi. The Cairo would be signify Egypt, okay, and then right nearby there's a town called Little Egypt. Okay, so that is X marks the spot for 2026. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's a point.
Egypt was in the center of the earth.
Whoa.
It's in the center.
I get chills all over my body. All
my across there in Little Egypt, I can't say there's no reason for it.
Yeah. So another thing is I know we're getting really close. Like I said, we're getting very close to the election, and everything is, these guys, their grip is getting tighter as the election comes. And all it is par for the course. These guys are holding on for dear life. It's like the earth is purging all of its guts, all that shit out. And that's what you're seeing. That's what we're living it. And I'm going nuts at work. I'm trying to.
We're all purging, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, man. But there was they've talked to me in my ear, and I know they're there, and I'm waiting for them to talk again. And they've taken me as well. So I'm waiting for them, and I'm talking to them, telling them I'm getting ready. I'm going to go to sleep and try to get on the ship and stuff. And I didn't feel it, but I said to somebody, I was trying that. I don't know what happened, but all my whole body just lit up. So I know.
I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to say last year I was in hell, house arrest. You know the deal. Real house arrest until the day Elijah Cummings died.
Wow.
And the day I got married to my 12-year-old wife was my mother's birthday. And if you look at Trump's tweet from July 31 last year, you'll see he mentions Elijah Cummings, King, and a marriage.
Whoa. See, and it's all ties together.
Today is my supposedly biological father's birthday.
Really?
A lot happens on my.
And we're doing our first live feed.
My biological family, right? All the time. I'm like,
yeah.
But God keeps throwing these dates back at me.
We're doing our first live feed on this date.
And tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, and the next day is Val's birthday.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And we're thinking that we know Valerie is part of this.
Oh yeah.
Hugely. And
she's our girlfriend.
Well,
she's lucky. She's got two boyfriends.
Or she's unlucky. We're on platform right now, is where we're at.
Oh yeah, but the point was
that
during all that, I mean, I went through fucking hell. I went through hell and heaven in 5 billion years of time travel in that year. And it was a ship. I was on a ship. So while I don't want you to be disappointed if a ship never arrives, but that 6 weeks could start today and we're on the fucking ship. Like a ship is a group of
symbolic. It's right. So
they're real and they're symbolic.
right,
As above, so below.
Yeah.
As within, so without.
Yeah.
We're all one, but we're all different.
Yeah. Right.
So
well, there's 5D ships. My shield's on my back. And when we watched the other night,
4D is the one that bites you. It's called the meat
right.
eater.
You got to get through 4D because you know what?
It's
Hitler's there and Stalin's
names
there. These guys are all there fucking around, and that was part of the. They're still messing around.
It's really us. We're there.
Well, we are too. Like Trump is there. Trump, and that's part of what I'm there. And
we kick our own asses.
You went and you did some battles. We all did together. Okay, we were there doing. That's why we came here. We all came here to meet here and triangulate again. And if we know anything about Loris Cannon's work, that's what we did. We left from ships. We were reptiles. We were all kinds of different things. And it don't mean because you're a reptile you're bad, because the dragon was diluted down from.
The dragons are the guardians of the earth, and anyone who says that reptilians are bad can eat shit.
Yeah, reptilian is the very, very wise form. My brother tells me, Danny Wilkes. He's my guru.
And you know who ruined that was the bankers. The bankers took the royal bloodlines, the dragon knowledge, scorched the earth where they had to steal the information, and then instead of having it be the wisdom and the divine bloodlines supposed to rule over the earth, they made it about money. They created a false god called Mammon, and then they created religions based on Mammon.
Wow, see, this is all truth, man, like big time truth. And everything, this is all hidden stuff. Unless you know this guy and you get it out like I'm doing, you're not going to hear this stuff. But Scott McQuaid, you listen to him, and Johnny Ameru Ryan. That's why I'm not afraid to.
You shouldn't be afraid. People should only be afraid if they can't be honest with themselves. And then the only thing they have to fear is themselves because they won't let themselves ascend.
Wow. Well,
that's the fact. And the rest of the ones that have ascended won't let the person ascend. But we want everyone to have the opportunity. That's the whole fucking point of a Messiah, is to have a singular person to say, if you can't show reverence for one person, then you don't deserve reverence from others. Yeah. Somebody has to be fucking honest and just be like, this is the way it is.
It doesn't mean that those dark ones won't ascend either. Everybody will, but
there's nothing wrong with it. It's not about dark and light. I don't know.
It's just it's like a math equation. It's like how dense are you? How much are you gonna sink? How light are you? How much you at the surface?
Well, if everything we see is upside down.
Right. I was just gonna say that. Like, well, we got the Aborigines.
You have to be heavy to fall upwards.
Yeah.
Because it's really downwards.
There you go. Yeah.
So you have to acknowledge your shit stinks. You have to be able to look yourself in the eye, your shadow self,
that was nice, man.
And everyone else in the world, and be at peace with them as well. Whether they're at peace with you or not doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because that's on them. I mean, I don't go around.
What do you think about this?
I don't go around poking people in the eyes. If I did, I'd expect them to be angry.
The Aborigines think that they said, and I believe this with hope in my heart, is that the dream world is the real world. Dream world is reality, and this, what we wake up into and go do our jobs and everything else, is what we make it. Illusions. Fear illusions. What we want to do that day.
The jobs that people do, the essential workers like yourself, the people that are still employed during these times.
Yeah.
That is part of the soul mission. The people that are, think about the farmers.
Yeah.
The people who make the food, the people like you who prepare the food.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a job given to you by God. Mm-hmm. You're chosen to do that. It's something that you like and you want to do. And that's what all jobs should do. When the world's corrected, everyone will be able to do what they want to do professionally without being detrimental to the world and while contributing to the greater good.
Yeah. You're not forcing anybody to do anything they don't want to do because everything will be balanced out.
There will be a time of people being forced to do things because people are demanding communism. When the economy collapses, people are going to see what socialism really is. And it's slavery. There are going to be people that are forced to build walls. There's going to be a lot of forced labor. There's going to be record low unemployment.
Yeah. Keep going.
People are going to be forced to do whatever their job is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of cleaning the ocean. There's going to be armies. There's going to be armies that clean the forest. There's going to be armies that clean the water, the rivers, the lakes. There's going to be armies that clean. The armies built the pyramid.
So now that we've laid some groundwork and you're talking about what's going to happen,
That's the dark
let's
period.
talk about how you know this. Because you created this. You created the whole plan. I want people to hear this.
I don't want to say that because whenever I say I did something, other people, it's automatic in most people that they think I did it too. But we all have our own. That's where individuation comes in.
Right. Well, I just said that too, so I can interrupt you and say, well, not just you. I did too. Like I brought you here.
It's all evolving. It's an evolution.
Right. So I'm just trying to get to the people here.
I mean, we're talking about creating the world. I remember creating the fucking world.
We can create it together. On this
so that was me and Gaia. But I didn't fucking rent this house and live here for years and then invite you here.
Yeah.
We all built, and you have a lot of knowledge. So when we talk, you can be, stating facts and citing experts.
Right.
Which is a social proof, which is what Donald Trump's good at.
Okay.
The experts say this, therefore I am validated. And it's a good argument. Mm-hmm. It is. It's a good argument in dealing with the masses.
Because I've done the groundwork and weeded out the real truth.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's an ever-growing process. I mean, I'm going around saying I'm the Messiah, and today I'm like, well, Jesus, I just said I'm Messiah. So what do I ask of people? And I'm like, well, be honest. And then I said something else, but be honest was the main point. Just honesty. Being honest is a fucking revolutionary act, and it's not easy.
Right. It isn't.
Because you want to. If somebody says they're going to do something, you expect them as part of a team or part of a co-creator to keep their word. Right, if they don't keep their word to you, then you don't have to keep your word to them. That won't give you bad karma. That just stagnates. It just becomes stagnant energy where it could be a growth exponential. So that's why honesty is important, because then you'll measure your words twice. Measure twice, cut once, think twice, speak once. I've done nothing but think for years, so I'm sure of what I say.
Yeah.
And the other thing I said on some Satanist page, he said, I worship the devil. I said, worship me. And then we had a brief discussion. And I was like, well, the point is, I mean, I'm honest consistently. I'm tired of citing my fucking credentials. I'm not even going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. There's no point. Fucking boring. I don't like talking about myself. But the point is that if with my resume, if I haven't earned reverence from people, then they are incapable of reverence. They're incapable of receiving reverence. They're incapable of consistently being respectful to others without having a second bottom where they have an agenda for showing respect or reverence. An agenda. And I don't have any agenda besides evolution. That is all I want is people to evolve. And if they're not going to respect Trump, half the country wants to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
You're not going to find it in politics. You're not going to find it in religion. This is something new. This is where the planets, ET, religion all merges in this fucking house.
Wow.
And the disdain for all of it, because it's a repulsive situation we shouldn't be having to deal with. That's what Val represents. Just why do we even have to have? Why does the world have these conversations? If the world didn't talk about politics, religion, and the planets and the angels and the extraterrestrials, then we wouldn't have to. But they're demanding answers.
Yeah.
And then they want like pieces of answers. Everything's compartmentalized, and we have to break down those fucking walls, those 7 gates. And just appear naked before each other and be like, this is who the fuck we are. And until people are willing to do that, to bare their souls and their minds and what they believe and why they believe it to the world, they're still infants. I mean, the world is run by psychopathic children who are rich, blackmail each other.
Right.
This is wrong. This is not what God wanted. Wow. God says at the end, or Enoch, if you're into Enoch, the book of Enoch says God wins, and it's the elect. Those who choose to do the right thing, despite the fact that they're going to be persecuted for it. That doesn't mean they should go and fucking let Satanists cut off their heads over fucking vaccines. Like, don't fucking do that. Fight one way or the other. You
I wrote a
know,
song about that tonight.
like don't
Yes, I
go
did.
out like a fucking sheep, man. God
Yeah.
doesn't want sheep. God doesn't want
Raise your
wolves.
hand and make a stand.
Yeah,
I wrote that song
stand
tonight.
up. And
Yeah,
because
tonight.
and because I have
I finished it.
and because the few women I've talked to for years, and we have reverence for each other. I can have reverence for you. I can acknowledge you as I see you evolving to where you want to be, and Val as well, and her role as woman who's like, fuck all this man knowledge.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
right.
So anyway, that's my rant
Yeah,
on that. Yeah,
my abduction and my missing time and stuff. I'm gonna get Valerie's boss to read it and soon
when
because I think
When?
within the next week,
within the next week,
within the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So either this Sunday or next Sunday.
Yeah, we have to make it solid with Valerie first. But that's what I'm talking about. I think there's a lot of people listening right now that will hear this that resonate with this kind of stuff. And I'm not sure how much you remember of any of your secret space programs. So
That's all I remember. I
That's
don't
all I
remember my life.
really,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't remember any of the huh.
So Val, right now as co-creators, you're being referenced as a person responsible for setting him up with that hypnotherapist. And on video, as part of this team, we just said you're going to do it in the next 2 weeks. Is that true?
Well, we shall see how he treats me.
That's not fair. That's
No,
conditional. That's
not
conditional.
fair.
That's not unconditional love. You lose. See, so we shouldn't talk about that because this is why honesty is important, because in 3 weeks we can make a video instead of you providing the data that you got from there.
All right.
It won't be there because it was a lie. That's where honesty comes in. Bam. Until she proves herself to be reliable and what she says, you cannot trust her. What she says means nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
This is why honesty is important. This is what I teach, and this is why I teach it, because otherwise you teach falsity. And then I, by proxy, by association, am part of the teaching of falsity, and I can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I have my 2 cents back with you.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I can't lie. It's a rule. I have fucking rules I follow.
Sorry, Dave. Not happening. Unless you're nice to me.
That's conditional. You said love is unconditional, Valerie.
Yeah, well, hello.
Hello means
Dave.
nothing. Hello is not a response. Anyway. And you may remember something amazing, but hypnotism, I think you need a great fucking revelation within yourself. I think you got to go back and just meditate on that shit, and that's what hypnosis is.
Right.
Really.
Yep.
What do you remember of that night?
The night, nothing.
Lay down, will you? I'm going to hypnotize you.
Oh.
I'm going to try. No, I will. All right. Ooh, by the clock on this wall, the regulator, which is
That's my mom's clock.
I will tell the story. Close your eyes and relax.
Yeah.
This is the clock that apparently died at the moment of
Bottom line, Dave.
baby's mom
I'm not playing your goddamn games anymore.
leaving this world.
Yeah.
And we got a picture of her on the wall, which we've all referenced or have argued with her. So I'm going to ask Dave's guides and family to help him relax and clear his mind. Clear your mind of everything. All the drama. Just breathe. Take a few breaths. Know that you're safe and nobody's gonna hurt you or be judging you. Because that's counterproductive. So you remember the next day waking up.
Yeah.
And what did you notice?
I was on the floor face down on a throw rug, one of the old coiled up round oval rugs. And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon exactly. And the door was shut. which we always kept the door open. But the door was shut, and I got up. Well, noticed my bed was made, and I was shocked that my bed was made. I wondered why I had clothes on, because I remember going to bed the night before, and
How old were you?
about 6, 5 years old, 6 years old.
And you went out and asked your brother that day if he remembered or knew
Yeah.
what happened? And what happened?
I opened the door and walked out middle of my parents and their company that they had, and to see if they would respond when they saw me and asked me, because I didn't want to ask them where I went. I wanted to see if they knew, then they would tell me. And they didn't say anything, so I kept going. I was trying to be safe. I didn't want to be. I didn't know what happened. I wanted to know.
Is it unusual for you to sleep until 1 p.m. When you're that age?
Oh yeah.
Where was your parents? Why didn't they wake you up?
Uh, and it was on the weekend. I know because I wasn't in school, and my mom usually wakes us up at 8 in the morning. We would do yard work on the weekends, so I don't remember any of that. And just had my clothes on, and I felt like I walked through an energy field. So I walked outside and around the back of the house to look for my brother, and I found him.
Where was the energy field
Um,
that you felt?
I felt like as soon as I felt like it was in the living room where everybody was. It was almost like I was invisible. Nobody said anything, but I was waiting. Whoa! Oh, my chills are going crazy. Oh shit! It was almost like I was invisible. And I waited for somebody to say, "Davey, what happened to you? Why did you sleep so late?" or something.
some acknowledgement of the
Yeah.
fact that you weren't there and now
Yeah.
you are.
I was like tactically trying to figure out what had taken place. I was aware that something supernatural or weird had happened to me.
And your brother threw a board into your head that day.
Yeah, I found him, and he was up on the top of this shed that was being ripped. It was going to be torn down, and a mobile home park was going to be built there. And they were all the kids from the company that was in the house. He was there playing with my brother. I didn't see my sister. Danny was up on the top of the roof and like dangling his feet down through this hole of the shed. And I walked inside the shed and his feet were there. And I said, Danny, what happened to me? And he said, what do you mean, Davey? I said, well, I don't know.
So you weren't ready to.
I started crying, like this. Where did I go?
So you felt really alone.
I felt like I felt like I felt like I don't know what I felt like. I felt like I knew I went somewhere. I knew I was gone for a long time. I think, and then they put me back. And it felt so weird to be there. Like it was so like walking in a dream. It was like that's what I mean. The energy field was in the living room, and when I got into the living room, when I opened the door, I felt like all lit up, like
What does that mean, lit up?
chills, and like the hair on the back of my neck constantly standing up.
So electrified.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I felt like I walked through an energy field, and I was all lit up, like hair was all standing up.
You felt that way when you woke up?
No, I was just like, it didn't happen until I walked outside.
Okay, this day, when you're awake, you're 5 to 6, it's 1 p.m., you wake up, you go outside. At what point do you think about the night before?
Right when I woke up,
So what happened the night before?
The night before, I had got brand new sheets, brand new pajamas. They were both flannel, red and white flannel. And I was upset because I knew if I wet the bed, because I wet the bed all the time, the flannel was going to be all wet. And it's already hard enough to have flannel pajamas and the flannel sheets. And I knew I was going to be all tangled up. And so when I woke up, I was wondering why I didn't wet the bed and why the bed was made. And one of the first,
Why did you wet the bed?
I guess,
Did you have nightmares or what?
I don't know. I just wet the bed, man. I couldn't stop it. It was traumatic. It was very traumatic.
Were you scared of the dark?
Always afraid of the dark, man. Always.
Because if you're in bed and you have to get out of bed to go to the bathroom, the lights are out. It's scary. So maybe you wet the bed knowing you're wetting the bed, but you didn't want to get out of bed because it was dark.
I don't know about. I don't think that happened. It wasn't. It wouldn't have been that dark in that room.
Why were you afraid of the dark? What happened in the dark?
I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not really that afraid of the dark, but there's, I have a fear of. I look at my grandmother's closet right now. It's like a walk-in closet. It has a little round window on the wall and inside the closet where the moon shines through into the closet. Doors open. You see this moon shining in through the closet, shining on the clothes. Oh my God, it was the scariest thing. Because there were these clothes hanging there, lit up, and all I had to do was imagine that there was this person in the clothes. And it would show up. And it would be there like fucking it's crazy. Like I would create it. I would go, oh God, what if there's a man in there? And then a man would show up. I'd close my eyes and go, Jesus, I'm like making this happen. And I would look at stuff on the wall, like stucco, and I would look at the patterns, and then I would see this face, and I go, geez, that could be like a crazy demon face.
When was this?
I was the same age. I was like, it was younger than, it was before I was taken.
You remember being four,
Yeah, oh yeah.
like full thought processes when you were 3, 4, 5 years old?
Oh yeah. Shit, I was like, I remember when I was baptized. Oh my God.
So go back to the night.
Wait, the baptism. I was floating around my body. I was outside my body. I was outside my body, and there was a priest, my grandmother, my dad. I think my dad was there standing over on the side. And I was floating in near my dad behind the priest, and I didn't want to be in my body. And because I was afraid of what they were doing to me, and they were dripping water on my head over the thing.
They
And I had
didn't
this
tell you why.
gown, this little gown, and I was a little baby.
Wow.
And then like when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I saw a card with my name on it and my grandma's name and stuff, and it said baptized at 1 year old, and I said, I remember that. I remember that. Wow. I always remembered this. And so I was able to leave my body. I knew how to do it. And when my brother showed me how to do it for real, I left and I was in the clouds and I came out of the clouds and the Golden Gate Bridge was there. And I was,
all right, back to the new sheets and pajamas, red and white flannel.
I was afraid of that. I was afraid. I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to wet the bed and I was going to be all tied up in that. And all I could think of later on in life was somebody said you got to do the work. Somebody's going to tell you what happened. You got to do the work. So I started thinking about it. What would make me not remember to get up? What would make me get up and get dressed and be awake in the morning and do stuff and then fucking fall asleep and then wake up not remember anything? like take a nap in the middle of the day and then go, and I go, oh, you know what? I remember being embarrassed about wetting the bed. And I was so worried about me wetting the bed that it must have happened.
What happened if you wet the bed? Anything?
No, I never got in trouble for it. It just was like we're always washing. I was embarrassed about it. I wasn't a baby. And and when I first went to kindergarten, somebody found out that I wet the bed. And and I heard him say it, and I felt a fucking skillet hit the back of my head, man. It was like,
Like shame?
yeah, it made like a fucking gong sound in my head, like kept going, like.
There we go. Proof that Dave's head is hollow.
Yeah. And so that's the only thing I could think of was, but then I thought, well, wait a minute. What about the flying the ship? Shit, I was there, man. I showed up and I'm sticking my head out this Jetson hatch on this 20-foot diameter ship, trying to keep it steady. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm flying a spaceship. And I'm trying to keep it steady and like helicopter toggles. And uh, I finally get it. And I know there's somebody next to me that's like, why would I be here alone? Like, there's got to be somebody watching me do this. This is so fucking weird, you know. And so I knew there was someone I could feel it, somebody next to me, you know. And I turned to tell them, I got it, I got it. So I figured they were just like,
Who is it? Who's talking?
Me? I'm talking
To you?
to the dog that was there.
So the dog's talking.
No, I'm talking.
Did the dog talk?
No, he had his tongue hanging out of his mouth, like kind of dripping, and he was like laughing, like he's like, "Yeah, it's fun," huh? Like that, you know. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And all I could do was,
So were you 5 years old in your dream?
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see yourself as 5?
I knew I was a little kid. Yeah, I was a little kid, and I was like,
Did you have a dog?
we had dogs, yeah, and I was
When you were 5?
spoofy, yeah, spoofy. Black German Shepherd, but black Labrador, but this one was kind of like brownish, um, with a German Shepherd nose, but odd looking, like Arf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like all I could think of was when I turned back to make sure I still had integrity in the ship, because I was trying to keep it near that pole. They said keep it near the pole without.
What do you mean integrity of the ship?
Keep it in one spot where they said keep it away from the pole. Don't bump into that pole, but keep it as close to the pole as you can without hitting, touching it. And then there's a car below you. Keep it above the car, but don't land on it. Get as close to the car as you can without landing on it. And then hover it right there in that little corner. I'm like, okay, I got it. And turn and look. And it was a dog. And the fucking the only thing I think of was when I turned back to make sure I had integrity of the ship, all I could think of was he had no thumbs. How does he hold on to that thing with the paws like that? They're on the fucking. He had his paws on those things, and he was doing the same thing I was. He was making sure. I knew. I was like, well, yeah, they better have fucking no pilot. But that's what it was. And I remember I could see out the windshield, and then I could see because I could see Sears Auto Center right there, and then out I could lift up and look out the hatch. It was like a glass hatch. So, and then I woke up, I guess. I don't remember anything else. I don't think they let me. They let me remember that, and then I'm supposed to build on the rest. So then the weird stuff just started coming. I mean, it was like things gave me.
So go back to the ship. So you're on
Yeah.
the ship. What's the last thing you remember on the ship?
Yeah, on the ship.
You're on the
I
ship.
remember. I just remember everything about the dashboard and the two sets of toggles.
Have you drawn it?
Yeah, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
All right.
Yeah.
When I clap my hands, you'll be awake. All right. Draw this shit. Continue the conversation. All right.
All right.
Fucking pen.
Dog.
Keep talking while you're writing, while you're drawing. Not about what you're drawing, but just about the topics in the video.
Yeah.
Multitask.
The dog.
No, the topics in the video.
Yeah.
The election
Oh, okay.
and draw.
Let's see here. There's
Should I talk about the election? The election.
I haven't really been following Trump because I know that this timeline's all the timeline is already finalized. We're just going through the events, and we know the time travel stuff is all impeccable. Every little step he's made with this, um, with this, thwarting these people.
We hope.
Yeah,
We believe that he is. Sometimes I want to see
I don't
dead
think
bodies.
I don't think the New World Order is not going to happen. That thing. Well, because I mean, I've met people. Joseph Five Eagles went back in time. This is just a personal thing. We were talking about the dragons, and there's the dashboard right here.
The New World Order already happened, technically. The
Pretty
Jews
much.
finished building the Temple Mount underground. That was necessary for the New World Order. The red heifer was biologically manufactured.
Yeah,
that happened.
I mean, I don't
The
know.
UN calls itself the New World Order now.
Now, here's where the supernatural comes in. It's like we know that that's happening.
So, if the New World Order is good or bad, is the question.
The trick is for you. Here we go back to the individuality. It's whatever you want it to be. If you sit there and feed into it and make this event happen by just going fearing it and seeing yourself being murdered and all this stuff, it tracks.
I don't fear it. I don't even fear the vaccines. I look at the vaccines as part of a reverse psychology, scientific opportunity to evolve. And maybe I'm just trying to see the good in everyone.
I'm just saying that I think I've created everything up to this point just by wondering about the world and how I would want it. And so that is part of the course where you show up, you friend me, and I'm with Valerie already, and I think she has something to do with that Somerset Belanoff entity.
She's my wife, you're right.
And I was like, well, you know what? We're having such problems. And I have this other woman that's trying to drag me out. Why would I keep forcing myself into this position? I think it's time, like, to look at it on, like, we're on the platform. We're
look at it like she's you. The same issues
we are,
that she has.
It's like she represents me.
That you have. But because you function in society, like, it's like functional alcoholics. They make money, they they look good to the world, so nobody cares if they're alcoholics.
Yeah, right.
Like John George.
So
my
I don't want to.
He was such an alcoholic.
Because her boss is going to hear this.
A bartender.
Her boss is going to hear this. I know. So I don't want.
Well, turn it off now, boss.
All right. Yeah.
Because the rest of this ain't for you.
Yeah. So there's the two sets. The dog is sitting right here. Let's just draw his head. He's a regular German Shepherd. He's sitting there. There's his front leg. His back hindquarters right here. And he's going up, and here's his head. Ears like this, kind of. Nose kind of a little bit longer than normal. And his eyes here, and and his tongue sticking out. I was like, what the hell? How's a dog doing this for me like that? There he is. He's got his little hands on a toggle like that.
Have a seat. There.
And I'm over here with mine, and I'm looking out. There's a light pole. There's fucking Sears Auto Center. There's a car right here down
You
here.
want to sit?
Here's the dashboard right here, though.
Yes, I do.
This is the
Right there.
dashboard. That's out. That's the windshield. There's Sears Auto Center. There's a dog. There's me.
Where's the dashboard, motherfucker?
Dashboard's right here. Like here's all the things like this, like that. All the
My point, anyway, wasn't about Val or about anyone else, but about everyone together. The things that we see that we dislike in each other are things that we dislike in ourselves, or due to comparing ourselves to each other. And if you look at
Can I sit
everyone
down there?
as being a reflection, like a mirror or a foggy mirror reflection of ourselves, then we can have more compassion for them and for ourselves. But when it comes to making the changes we can only make in our own lives.
Have you seen? Have you read the book Celestine Prophecy?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah. About the auras and stuff and the energy of all the earth.
Why are you so serious, you guys?
Yeah, Joker.
Why are you so serious?
Joker.
Right? God.
Why so serious?
Let's have some fun. Enjoy the evening. Be present. Duh.
It's amazing how much you guys remember your lives.
Remember our lives?
Yeah, you remember being 5 years old?
I remember every minute. I have a photographic memory. Okay, I remember everything in my life. Just
no wonder you're traumatized.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I'm one of these people. I've seen the planets. Nobody believed me.
Don't make it about the planets. Stay about you.
Well, I'm just saying.
Not everything is about the planets. That's a distraction from you. The planets are a symbolic distraction from you now. They're an extension, but also a distraction.
Well, I'm waiting now. I'm not. I'm just waiting. You
can get on my ship. That's all I can say. How's that?
You won't let me on your ship?
No.
I'll have to just go with that. That's all right.
You gotta be nice.
That's part of the plan.
You gotta be nice. I'm joking.
Oh, we'll see.
Because I'm trying to make you laugh, Dave. That's all. God. Why are you so serious?
Well, I'm not sure.
Because it is serious. Yeah. I mean, he has a space force. Somerset Belanoff owns it.
All right, enough about that.
You see, I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
Let's have some fun.
I want, I need to have serious conversation about this, and I want people to hear it. And this is real life, where it's a battle. And it doesn't look like a battle, but it is. And it's like you're the person in the battle, and you can either battle with your brain or battle with your muscles. And that's what we're doing here.
You forgot soul. See, that's what I'm saying about the planets. They take God out of it. So when you focus on the planets too much, you forget God.
No, God's there.
You said body and mind.
Yeah, connected to God. Connected to God. Like my higher power is the representation of both me and God. I'm the dummy. I'm the guy at the end. I'm the tetherball at the end of the string doing what my higher power is hoping I'm going to do. Okay? Not making me do it.
I'll show you that.
I wish people would challenge me the way I challenge them.
I mean, but they've talked to me many times. In my life, 3 times.
I'll beat your ass again.
All right. And so there's already an army built, and they're waiting for us to assemble here.
Ground peaceful.
Force.
The way I do it.
Okay, and when you have you have opposition, you have roadblocks.
Can't pull them when that's your wounded finger.
And it's in every day. You lose focus on the real, like the reason why we put this live feed on was to create downloads for everybody, to get everybody to realize, to get everybody to think about, yeah, there was a dream I had. That's right. Well, I showed up on the ship and I was like, you guys are fucking going the wrong way. That's what you said, Valerie. So
Fuck
you're on
yeah.
a ship already.
I was pissed off.
Yeah. You're now you're like.
I marched up that goddamn
that's-
hallway, that long ass ship thing.
And then
Little red windows like that.
Yep.
Everywhere. And
Yep.
I could see the stars. And the Earth is right down there.
there were shuttles. There were
I was
shuttles.
pissed.
Remember we saw those shuttles on.
No, I don't.
So why would
they
you want to go
live?
back to Earth though? You could go somewhere else.
Hello, because we need to recreate this paradise.
No, you're not going back there. You're going back to sixth density on your planet.
Oh, stop with the
You are.
density. That's those things are like meaningless, man. That's like
All right,
judgmental.
all right, come on.
She's a
Really?
spiritual.
Competition.
She's a
I
spiritual.
know,
It's not
right?
about competition. If you don't know about it, we're not going to get to the nitty gritty. You know. And
Picture puzzle.
All right, then scientifically, how would you explain it? Like, I just don't understand.
John,
I understand.
come on.
What do you want to say?
Be quiet. Let's have some fun.
How do we do that?
we're doing a live video right now, and you're interrupting.
That's okay. I just want to do that.
You are. We are. We're doing a live video on YouTube, and it's live on Facebook.
That's okay. We're a team.
We are. And this is part of the.
You didn't do anything
This
wrong.
is a member that's being kind of insubordinate, and
What the fuck?
We're equals.
You're
We just have
insubordinate.
different jobs.
Yeah, judge me again, Dave.
Yeah,
You said that?
No judging. No
God.
judging. When you judge her, you're judging yourself.
Big time.
I'm not insubordinate.
Big time.
I'm talking about what we're dealing with right here.
God.
This is plain fact. Okay, it's not. This is not some of that fancy, spiritual shit where I'm seeing myself in the mirror. This is Celestine prophecy where there's one aura taking over another. Okay, where you have this kind of talk, this kind of dialogue, where there's other things happening. This happens in everybody's life.
I come
Nobody-
in and
Nobody
say,
can
let's
back
have a
anybody
peace.
up.
But no,
Nobody
but
can
no
back anybody
peace.
up.
No peace here.
See, I mean, there's
But when you
I'm
say
supposed
no
to be.
peace, you're
See,
demanding
we're
it.
supposed to be calm.
I'm just saying.
You're supposed to be the
You're
guy.
doing
Not good. Like that.
And I'll
putting
stay
fuel on
calm.
the fire.
But we have this person that has her ego is way off balance. I know you don't like the word ego, but that's what it is. 7 sins are filled up too much. You got. This is what we deal with. It's a fucking. It's a
Fuck you
team
guys.
member of the team
Okay.
that's being. It's a member of the team that's being compromised.
Hold on.
It is. It is. This is our team right here. And it's your team too at your home. Your mom bitching at you because of this, that. And it doesn't.
My mom does bitch at me.
I'm not talking about you.
You're not a test.
I'm talking about people online.
Okay.
Okay? And you want to be this person,
Okay, calm down.
you
You're supposed to be showing the people a highly evolved commander,
Well, I am.
and you can't flip
I
out
am,
on
and you're
a
gonna be-
team member like
She's
that.
gonna be
man.
she is already being fired off a ship, my ship. And
No,
I'm
she's
getting
not.
another commander.
You're not fine.
No, yeah, she's gonna be yours now. She's gonna be your commander. She'll
Fine,
be
I'll take it.
a deal
Fine.
you have to deal with. And this is part of what I'm talking about. This is a time where you need to be here. I need to get out. I need to continue on. I can't shoot. I got it's like it's a bottleneck. It's a square peg in a round hole spinning for 10 years. Okay. And 2 years ago was giving it 2 more years trial to see how it went. Well, I left the other one that loved me to wait for 2 years just in case. I wasn't sure. Okay. And this is what I've ended up with after 2 years. So do the math.
Well, she's still sitting on your couch, so you do the math.
Well, math is there.
So it's +1, -1, 0.
It's a linear that way, yeah.
So when you
It
say
gives
you're
and
kicking her
takes.
off the ship on video, that's like if you don't follow through with that, then the other people on your ship will know that you don't keep your word.
Right. So in 3 months you'll see me
So
with
you know
a
that's not good.
new first mate. And back on
First
the
mate.
original ship
You're funny.
after this mission is over with.
So you're talking about Ship Dave. It's Ship Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Not it's not a ship like a spaceship. But like you said, there's as above as
Come on, Dave. Please, let's have some fun.
below.
Set up the
It's,
chest. Let's play chess while we talk.
God.
as below is above as well.
I'm half chick. I can multitask.
We were all dogs. We were all cats. We were all.
No, we weren't. Stop saying that.
We were all other things.
We can
We're
be
not-
all things, but that doesn't mean we have
We're not
an entire
human.
life as
We're not human. Us. You know, we're not really.
Dave,
You know,
of course we are human. What the fuck?
You
we
play
didn't
chess.
come here as humans. We came here to get into a human body. To be this.
We are human. Duh.
And
People
this
are so
video's over.
judgmental. You know what it is? It's a lack of self-love, and it's gotten
It's
worse.
jealousy too, by the way.
I'm not
every
gonna.
generation.
This
gets
guy's
worse.
jealous of me.
I'm not
Big
gonna
time.
keep going with this lady on this video here, so I'm gonna cut it off. Okay. Thank you. And there were one. That's one watcher.
There will be more. Post it online.
You want to help me play?
I don't
said?
know. Maybe
Okay, yeah.
we're gonna use that as a trial run.
What do you mean?
You gotta stand by. You gotta stand by, man. You gotta stand by your word.
Yeah.
Who?
You can't delete the video.
I'm not deleting it. I'm not deleting.
You gotta post it.
It already is posted.
It's a process. This is all a process. It's a process of becoming, and we have to show people
And
the
finding your
struggles
clients.
as well.
Right?
Yeah, that's on, man.
Right?
Somebody
Yep.
yanked it, ran off with it. Some spirit was hanging out. That was crazy. It disappeared for 3 whole games, which means we put pieces on
Mhm.
the
I
table
know.
3 separate times.
Yep. I know.
And then it appeared.
Yep. Magically.
Magic.
Magically. Dude, when I saw that, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is that come from?
It's trippy shit.
Who brought it back? Who brought it back? Oh, no, I gotta be frosty.
Oh, now that I set your pieces up, go ahead, take it. Good strategy.
Well, because like,
It was a good strategy. What do you want? I would have set them up anyway.
okay. You want to help me view?
I don't think you need help beating me.
What?
I don't think you need help beating me. I still think you throw games.
I just want him to have fun.
I think you could beat me in every game. So let's talk about the 7 Sins. My video is still going. I personally like the movie 7, and I like Azazel because I relate with Azazel. I feel like I am Azazel. I don't mind being.
I forgot my
Come on.
charger shit.
Other people want to be angels. I'm like, that's cool. Be good. I'll be bad. You know?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to compete.
Shit.
There's plenty of room for evil people in the world since there's so many people being good, right?
Yeah.
They're so good. So all these.
You're so good.
So good.
So good. Da, 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 da. Raise your hand. There we go. Belly. Shut.
All right, now both sides are set up and you're gone. Too much for fun. All right, continue about the 7 Sins if you want. You want?
The 7 sins are matched up with the 7 narcissistic behaviors. Okay.
What are the 7 narcissistic behaviors?
Well, you have the 7 sins are gluttony.
No, I want to know the behaviors. Not the
The human behaviors are gluttony. That's eating too much, drinking too much. There's sloth, not being active enough and being too, slothy.
All right. Okay,
That's like a sin to not take care of yourself and get up and move and do this. Then there's greed, which is like don't want everything everybody else has. And then the envy goes right along with that. Envy goes right along with that. Okay.
Yeah, play this shit. Like my treasure thing.
Envy goes right along with that.
Yep. Jealousy. Jealousy.
Ah, shit.
Jealousy
Sorry.
is the green-eyed monster.
Yeah.
That's him right there.
See, I mean,
Why do you say that?
Because
yeah.
it
Here we
just
go.
feels like that. That's all.
Yeah, here we go.
Well,
It just feels like.
it would be better if you put words to
No,
it.
you know what? Well, I put words to a lot of shit, but
I like words.
Yeah.
But I like words that aren't insulting more. Because, I mean, it's easy to find faults in others. Everyone's flawed.
no, I know. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying he uses me and abuses me.
I do, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
How does it use and abuse it? You're making an
Not your
accusation.
business. Not your business. Sorry.
Well, then why tell me?
He knows. He knows.
All right.